Positive affirmations. I know there are times in everyone's life which are sad and difficult and challenging, and this is not at all to minimize depression, but are there affirmations in Judaism and in the spiritual life that can help people get through tough times? Well, I'll tell you a few of them in Judaism. First of all, the very first letter of the Torah, of the Bible, is a bet. And if you think about the way a bet is shaped, a bet is closed on three sides. So here is a bet. Now, of course, Hebrew goes this way. So the bet is closed on the top, on the bottom, and in back, and then it goes only forward. So that's the first thing to think about, is that the first letter of the Bible is a forward-looking letter. Well, second of all, I'll just tell you what my father, may he rest in peace, used to say when I was a kid and I was having a tough time. He'd say, quoting God, saying to Joshua, what Joshua was experiencing when he was taken over from Moses. He was scared. The Bible says, Chazak v'yamatz. And God says to the people, Chizku v'imtzu. You should be strong and of good courage. Chazak v'yamatz. And there's another phrase, Yalchu mechayil ad chayil, in the Bible, go from strength to strength. In addition to that, you have Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav, a Hasidic rabbi from about 200 years ago, who used to say, mitzvah gedolah, great mitzvah, liyot, to be besimcha tamid, to be always joyous and joyful. A great mitzvah to be always joyful. And then there's a character in the Talmud named Nachum, and there's two expressions associated with him, gamzu l'tova and gamzu ya'avor. This too will pass, and this too is for the good. You never know when you're facing a situation which seems to be bad, seems to be bleak. Of course, there are some that are clearly bad, but you're facing a situation that seems to be bad, that first of all, it will pass. And second of all, that this too might be for the good. This guy was so optimistic, he'd always think everything was for the good. Now, I'm filming this just before the holiday of Hanukkah, and one of the things about Hanukkah, of course, is it's a light festival. And one of the key phrases about light in the Psalms is just four words, Nishmat Adonai, Ner Adonai Nishmat Adam. That the candle to God is like the soul of a human being. And that the idea is that when it's dark, instead of cursing the darkness, light a candle. The Kabbalistic idea of 1,000 points of light, all these lights, and that we have to lift them up and elevate them to make the world holy, that bring light to a situation. In fact, in the main blessing in Judaism, God's blessing of may God bless you and keep you, the second, it's Ya'er Adonai Panav, may God's face enlighten you, bring you light. So we think about the holiday of Hanukkah, we think about being enlightened, to bring light to the matter, and to contemplate it in a positive way. And then Judaism says that instead of dwelling on the things that make us sad, think about the blessings. In fact, we're supposed to say 100 blessings a day. Baruch atah Adonai. Blessed are you, God. In the prayers, if we say on the prayers, when we eat and when we, the morning prayer, the afternoon prayer, the evening prayer, 100 times a day we're thanking God, to turn us around to contemplate the reflections. And then another piece of wisdom, I believe, is to pray, to focus on the things that really matter. Maimonides says it's all about knowing and revering God. We focus so often on things that are penultimate to that, or even are minor things. We blow them into big things. When the focus on the things that are the most important in life, which is having a relationship with God, which you achieve through studying Torah and doing the commandments, and focusing on that is the key path of life. And so as we think about all that, the spirit of the Maccabees and trying to bring joy and happiness, I just want to close with an article that was in the Chicago Tribune magazine last Sunday about the new Holocaust Museum and Education Center that's opening up in Skokie. And it was about a group of Holocaust survivors who were saying goodbye to the old, small Holocaust museum and about their lives and the stuff that they went through. And then they came to Skokie and they built such nice lives for them and their families. And you think about what they went through. How can't we not be positive in facing the world? And to do so in this way, by understanding that Torah begins with a bet to go forward, by thinking about Rabbi Nachman's idea of it's a great mitzvah to try and be always happy, think about the words of God to Joshua, Chazak v'yamatz, be strong and of good courage. To think about the Talmudic character who would say, this too will pass, and this too could be for the good. To be grateful about the blessings in our life by reciting blessings, and to light a candle instead of cursing the darkness. All positive affirmations about moving forward in a blessed way.